today's video, you will learn to solve questions involving logarithms. Also, you will learn the use of simple properties of logarithmic and exponential functions, including ln x and ex. Before we start this topic, you must know what is logarithm. Exponential functions are of the type 2 raised to the power x, y equals to 3 raised to the power x, or y equals to 10 raised to the power x, and y is equals to e raised to the power x. So these all are called exponential functions. So for example, if you have to solve 2 raised to the power x equals to 8. So you know what we do? We make the basis same. You have done it. You will write it 2 cube. Now bases are same. So you can write x equals to 3. Similarly, for example, 10 raised to the power x is equals to 100. So how can you write it to solve this equation? Again, the same concept we are using. You have to make the bases same. So you can write here 10 raised to the power x is equals to 10 square and x is equals to 2. Similarly, if 10 raised to the power x is equals to 30, then you cannot solve it because you cannot make the basis same over here. So, however, you can make use of graph. You can draw an exponential graph, and you know the exponential curve are of the type which passes through, like for example, if you have to draw an exponential curve, it will be of the type like this. First, we draw a line. If this point is 0 here, this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then exponential curves are of the type, for example, y equals to 10 raised to the power x. You have to draw its graph. Then it always passes through 1. Because when you substitute 10 raised to the power 0, 10 raised to the power 0 is 1. And if the base is 2 even, then 2 raised to the power 0 is also 1. So the graph of the exponential function is of the type y is equals to 10 raised to the power x. And if you have to find the value of when the graph passes 10 raised to the power 2 or 10 raised to the power 3 or 10 raised to the power 4, then you can use it to find the, using the graph, you can find the values, right? So this is how you can find the values using graph. Similarly, so, but we have, without using graph, we have a function which is called a logarithmic function, which can be used to find the value of such type of equations. And it states that, for example, if y is equals to 10 raised to the power x is equals to 30. Then you can write as x is equals to log with base 10, 30, right? How can you read it as? You can read as log 30 to base 10. This is called base, and this is called log 30 to base 10. And if the base of logarithm is 10, then the short way to write is you can write simply log 30, but this is only possible when the base is 30. Or secondly, you can write it as x is equals to lg 30. And you can use your calculator and find the value of log 30. You simply write 30 and press the logarithmic button, and you can find the value of this x. Value of x is, with the help of calculator, is 1.477, which is up to 4 significant figure. So consequently, now you have learned a rule that if y is 10 raised to the power x, then x is equals to log 10y. So this is the rule which describe that how can you express from exponential form to logarithmic form. Log 10y is the power that 10 must be raised in order to obtain y. For example, y is, for example, you are given log 10 100 is equals to 2. So if you have to transform it into exponential form, then you will write 10 raised to the power 2 is equals to 100. And if y equals to 10 raised to power x, then you can express in the logarithmic form x is equals to log y to base 10. And then you have to memorize certain statements which are true for the logarithm. So these are also called laws of logarithm. First law that states that log 10 10 is 1. Means if they both are same, log, it can be log 2 2, log 3 3, log 4 4, or simply log a. Also, log a is equals to 1. Same way, man. You can extend it, this concept, and can write log a is 1. A means the value of a may be 2, it may be 3, or it may be 4. Second law states that we will use these statements to solve question. Logarithm of 1 is always 0. You can check with the help of calculator as well. Or you can write LG1 is 0. Log with base 10 can be written as LG only. So you have to remember these two for solving question. Log of 1 is 0 and log 10 is 1, or you can write log a is 1. And also you have to memorize this very important concept. If you have given a function in the exponential form, then you can transform into logarithmic, and vice versa as well. Now you will learn how can we change exponential into logarithmic form, and how can you solve equation using exponential form to logarithmic form. I'm doing some questions. For example, question is convert from exponential to logarithmic form. Exponential to logarithmic forms. Question is 10 raised to the power x is equals to 15. Now, how can you change it? You will write here log 15 to base 10 is equals to 5, equals to x. Log 10 with base 15, sorry, log 15 to base 10 is equals to 10. Similarly, if question is 10 raised to the power x is 0.06. So you can write here log 0.06 to base 10 is equals to x. And once you know how to transform exponential form to logarithmic form, you will be able to solve questions related to exponential form. Like question is solve the following equations. Question is 10 raised to power x is equals to 45. Now you see, we cannot make basis same in this case. So you cannot express 45 with in terms of with base 10. So when you cannot make basis same, then we have another log. We make use of logarithms. So how can we make use of logarithm? You will write here log 45 with base 10 is equals to x. And you know that this is called natural logarithm, or you mean simple LG45. So you can use calculator and find the value. So value of x is 1.45. This is how the logarithms are helpful to find the values in which you cannot solve simple exponential equations. And second question is, if you are given a question, convert LGX equals to 1.5 to exponential form. LGX means log with base 10. Now, how can you change into exponential form? Now we apply the converse law. and this 10 becomes base, and you will write here 10 raised to the power 1.5 is equals to x. So this is how you can change logarithmic to exponential form. And if you are given an equation of the type solve the equation log 10x is equals to 2.9. So whenever the equation is in logarithmic form, then you have to change it into exponential form. And how can you change? This base becomes the base of the exponential function, and this 2.9 becomes its power. So you will write here 10 raised to the power 2.9 is equals to x. And you can use calculator to find 10 raised to the power 9, 2.9, which is equals to 794. So this is how you can solve exponential equation.